I hate technology. Good evening from London, wrestling fans. I'm your host, Ben Allison, and you are listening to Wrestling Republic's daily broadcast, your one-stop shop for professional wrestling, insight, news, and reviews on a daily basis. And over the past 24 hours, here at Wrestling Republic, we have had a technological breakdown, it seems. The Instagram keeps logging us out. There's all those issues. Yesterday, there was issues streaming onto Instagram. And today, we're having technical issues with the co-host of the show, Clark Taylor. But I think he's here now. How are you, Clark?
Well, I finally made it. I fixed it. We're good. I'm not that tech savvy, but I did enough. I made it. We're here. Did I miss anything? Good? Did I miss much?
No.
No Carnett side?
Nothing yet. But we just had technological. I can't even say the word. That's how bad the technology's become. I can't talk, and I can only talk.
We had lack of technical knowledgeability. That's what I just said.
Exactly. I've lost the knowledge. Oh, we got numero one Superfly in the chat. Hello to you, numero one. We got quite a few people over on Instagram as well. Shout out to you guys. But also joining us today, we have the host of the Soul Sessions. He's about to fly all the way over to the United States of America to watch Sting's final match. It's Soul.
Yeah, no suit. I'm actually representing the boy Sting with the Sting shirt. This first one, his debut one as well, and the Matchup Mondays exclusive Sting poster. So I'm very stinged out for this. And as Allison has mentioned, yes, I am making the flight over to Greensboro for AEW Revolution. This will be my third AEW event after the Revolution 2022 with CM Punk and MJF dog collar match, the best match I've seen live, and All In. So to say that I'm very excited to go for this event is an understatement. But, you know, we still got a few more days left and a few more things to wrap up here before I fly over to the land of the hot dogs and all that other jam. So let's get those over with first.
Absolutely, but somebody who's joining us from that land is the man who goes by many names, but today he is Carter Crisp. How are you, Carter?
Ben, I'm good. We are indeed the land of hot dogs. I had one this weekend. It was fantastic, and yeah, I'm doing good. I've been watching a lot of old Giant Baba tape, so we'll see if my cousin shows up and talks about how great the business used to be. I think that might happen, but you know, we'll he'll let us know everything wrong with the business as we know it today. So there's a lot of problems.
Well, I also want to bring something up, Carter, and what I want to bring up very quickly is the wall behind you. Every time we do this show, there seems to be a new picture of a wrestler on the wall. And it's yeah, I remember we started and there was one small photo in the corner in a frame, and now the entire wall's designed. It looks sick.
Yes, it keeps. We have shout out, not sponsored, but good friends, I guess. Circle 6. We have a Scarlett. I'm gonna say her last name wrong. Bordeaux. Sorry,
it's like the French wine.
French Louisiana, and our dear friend Clark. So we got Scarlett, Bordeaux, and Carrie Cross over here from Circle 6. Very nice deal on this autograph, and so that's the new one. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. No, we still got Samoa Joe back there, LA Knight, for my work calls, so everyone knows, And I have a Japanese Gremlins poster in the corner that you guys can't see.
I need to see this office in person. You walk into it and it's just it's an exhibition. It's an exhibition of art. But right now I want to get into WWE 2K. It's coming out. I think if you pre-order it, you get it next Tuesday, March 5th, I believe is the date. I'm really excited for it this year.
Still time to pre-order, by the way. Not to cut you off there, but I'm actually curious about that.
There is, yeah.
There is.
You can
cool.
pre-order the minute before with the fact it's all online nowadays. But honestly, this year I'm super excited for it, and there's just a lot of quality of life improvements across the game. But what I'm actually really excited for, and this is bad, I should be slamming this, I should be condemning it, but I'm looking forward to the DLCs. I mean, this year the DLCs are stacked. It's like, it's got the Great Muta in, which I can't believe, CM Punk. You've got Pat McAfee and his co-hosts,
which is hilarious.
I know, it's crazy. I can't quite get my head around the fact these co-hosts are going to be in the game too. Must have been part of a deal, I can only presume. You've got on the musical artist, I can't remember even who it is this year, but whoever it is, you've got them in it
Didn't they
too.
have Machine Gun Kelly? I believe Machine Gun Kelly's in it again.
Last year,
but I think he's in it again.
It's Post Malone.
Oh, it's Post Malone.
That's the one.
Right.
He's in it. You just got tons and tons. Like, the DLC's stacked, and it's got multiple people in it, like Nia Jax. You'd kind of guess probably should be in the main game
on the roster.
But like, I'm excited. I really, really am. Maybe they've kind of pushed me into getting a deluxe edition, which my bank account won't like very much. But still, I'm hyped. But Clark, I want to know, what are you most excited for this year?
I'm super stoked about the game. When they announced the 40 Years of Mania showcase, I was even more stoked about it. Only disappointment for me, though, is there's some big Mania names that obviously you can't have. Your Danielson moment from 30 can't do. We all know we can't do WrestleMania 20. And then, and
even the streak.
The streak ending is gone. That's the only thing I'm sad about. I still think there's more than enough. And the roster is so stacked that in my eyes, it makes up for it anyway. I love GM mode. I'm excited to get into that with Carter. See the updates, see what's new. They revamped it from year to year since it's returned. Every single time it's gotten.
I think as Clark
definitely excited to see where that one goes.
He's back.
I'm back. Yeah, it was only a temporary freeze.
But basically, I agree, Clark. GM mode is going to be a lot of fun. They announced what's new today. It's a lot of just quality of life things, small things, but like small things which can make a big difference, such as I think it's now like a competitor's overall affects the match rating too, not just how the styles, intertwine with each other, which is certainly going to be a fun new addition to it. So what about you? What are you excited for on this year's 2K24?
I mean, there's a lot of things about this game that are just more superior than the last one. Obviously, you mentioned the DLCs are probably the best DLC packs we've had ever for a WWE game management. For myself, though, a mode I truly love is GM mode. I played the heck out of it on the last two versions, and now that ECW is being added into it, I love it. I mean, even though there's no women championships, albeit with ECW didn't have it in the past, so I think that adds more of a challenge to it, and all the new match types as well to it, and also trading between the GMs you can do now. You can trade roster members. So I think it's going to be a more challenging and insightful GM mode.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely bang on there. I mean, did you tend to play universe mode at all, or are you mainly a GM mode guy?
Oh, mate, do you know what I do instead of right onto these 2K games? Where's the AEW belts? Where's the AEW show brand? Where's all the Dynamite and Rampage I can download? Now I can download Collision. So of course I love that. I think as well, I love the community creation. So they create Moxley, how they create Danielson, and how they create Omega, I'm gonna love to see. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be downloading all the AEW stuff that get created, and maybe even some TNA as well. I don't know what I'll create in universe mode.
I think we're going to see a lot of great content from a lot of these universe mode, YouTubers this year as well, because the fact that, you can move the camera now. So like if you're spectating a match, I think you can set up a few different cameras and then move the angles between them. And you can create some really, really fun content from that. And it's a small feature that maybe should have been added quite some time ago. But listen, you have an opportunity to book Collision better than Tony Khan and produce it better than AEW. So hey, Saul, maybe you can fix all their issues, eh?
God damn it. There we go. You know what? Fine then. I'm going to download Ring of Honor and make Jay White the 6-man title with the guns and just make it my main event for all the shows.
Kill him off as a character.
The Mogul Embassy versus the Bang Bang Gang for 20-year booking. It's going to be amazing.
Oh, that would not be fun whatsoever. But yep, I mean, you can do that, and you're free to do that, and you're free to upload it any way you want. And at least I won't have to review it every Saturday night. I'm only joking. I do like Collision. I'm burying it. I like it. It's just I don't even know. But I mean, Carter, I want to get your thoughts on this, because we all know about the fact that, earlier this year, you went through a bit of an addiction, right? And your addiction was to GM mode. You were absolutely obsessed with it. You were coming on this show. You were making references to it in every take. But what else are you excited for on this year's game on top of GM mode?
Well, the first thing is first, Ben. The second I get access to that GM mode, I'm going to, whatever brand Clark's gives me, I'm going to make Otis my world heavyweight champion and finally give him the booking he deserves, because Ben, he's big, he's strong. There's no reason why he can't be a top contender and take down Roman Reigns, Mr. Otis. But no, so interesting fact, I have every video game system, and I'm actually primarily a portable gamer. And so when I played 2K23, I played it on my Steam Deck. And even though it wasn't Steam Deck compatible, it ran super good. So that was amazing to have a EA Sports, like AAA sports franchise just on the go, which is what led to those late nights, Ben, of me booking Otis over and over again in the main event. It was with a very profitable, very successful wrestling company. So Triple H, if you're listening, take notes. But no, I mean, I'm going to probably download it on Steam out of all the systems. I'm going to see how it runs on the deck. I'll report back. Hopefully it runs well. Unfortunately, on my preferred system, Switch, our best wrestling game is Fight Forever, which is
it runs awful on that.
Not great.
I've heard it runs.
So Switch, us Switch people, we're stuck with Super Mario. But no, I'm looking forward to my GM mode, and hopefully Clark's still frozen, so he can't answer to this.
I'm unfrozen.
Running a much more profitable business than Mr. Taylor over there, who's running it like WCW in the late 90s.
I'm not melting, but I'm not frozen either.
Or like AEW in the 2024s. I'm only joking. I don't know why I'm throwing so many shade towards AEW today.
I'll be the Cowboy Bill Watts of GM mode this year.
Well, lads, I think there's one thing we need here. We need a 4-way GM mode crossover. Everyone gets their own brand. Let's see who books better.
Yes.
Will Otis as champion defeat what I'm going to do and put Drew as my champion? Probably not, because Scottish superiority. So, I mean, you can try, though. I'm sure you'll get
everyone knows I always go full Bischoff. Controversy creates cash. Of course.
Well, you change the champion that'd be more like Russo. But,
no, that's Russo.
But I mean,
or put it on myself.
Maybe that's the way to go. I mean, every time I play GM mode, I play with people who aren't wrestling fans, and like my friend Jacob, he's not really a wrestling fan, but he's a GM mode fan, and like that's why he has a love of Cruz del Toro, and he thinks he's like the best wrestler, and he's like not even a tag team wrestler at this point in WWE. So, oh gosh,
great name though.
Oh, it is. I mean, that's probably why, to be fair. We got Numero 1 Superfly saying, do you think the 40 years of WrestleMania mode will include WrestleMania 17's legendary TLC tag match and WrestleMania 18's Rock Hogan? I mean, surely. Have they announced Rock's in the game? I hope he is. That's just a no-brainer.
I remember we did when the news first broke, we ran down the whole match card. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember what it was on the top of my head. So I mean, I could.
They said there were more to come. There were more to come. Mystery matches, or maybe matches that they were just trying to add on, because some were removed. But we got Chaos over on Instagram saying the tier list for WWE 2K24 covers are coming this week from the table. I would say he corrected himself. It's just video game covers in general, wrestling video game covers. It's a fantastic video. I go on a lot of rants. I get very passionate. I was not happy with some of the grid layouts used. My inner graphic designer came out. It was all a mess. Saul was there. Saul witnessed.
I felt like I was in a lecture back at uni. So, I mean...
Well, all of you guys need to go and get lectured. And also, you need to be lectured by Ignacio, who yesterday apparently went on a
resident lecturer.
everyone why the Young Bucks suck, apparently. Anyway,
2 days ago.
David disagreed. They argued on the YouTube. Check that out after this. But, well, let's jump into AEW and let's try and be a bit positive, shall we? Because it's going to be a great, great week for All Elite Wrestling. They have a stacked, absolutely stacked AEW Revolution coming up that I am hyped for this Sunday on pay-per-view. But first, tonight, we have got Sky Blue facing Chris Statlander in the only women's segment announced for the show. No surprises there, but listen, I know we're talking about Sky Blue and Chris Statlander, but I'm going to actually bring up the fact that they've announced nothing to do with Tony Storm and Deonna Purrazzo for a minute, right? Because these past few weeks, when they've been doing these random matches, which have been pointless, they've not helped the story one bit. I've presumed that, they're going to do a contract signing or something, a big segment the week before the pay-per-view. But nope, they've announced nothing. So if they do nothing, I'm going to be very, very angry. And I'm going to say, why on earth didn't you do a contract signing last week or the week before? Why have you been doing these random matches, which were quite frankly awful? Clark, in all seriousness, though, what do you think about this Chris Statlander Sky Blue match today? And do you think we could be seeing Statlander and Willow turn heel?
I'm excited about Statlander and Sky Blue. I think it'll be a good match. I don't necessarily think Willow should turn heel, but I have a bad feeling that that's what we're going to see. It is what it is. As far as the other thing, when it comes to Deonna and Tony, I know they didn't announce a contract signing. I don't think it'll be a contract signing, but we will get something. I have almost no doubt in my mind. It'd be too big of a miss to not have either one headed to. There will be something. I'm actually hoping for a really, really cool vignette. Something that AEW doesn't do very often.
Then they should have done the contract last week.
See, I would like to see something like maybe the contract has been already signed and like where we're being caught up, a short video package giving some more history, because to me, the best segment between the two thus far has been the tattoo stuff.
It's true. That's
first,
true.
And then it's covered. I think a little bit more backstory as far as that. Deonna talks, just a short package. It could be like 5 minutes. This contract has been signed. Maybe even something as simple as we have to keep these two away from each other, because at this point it's going to boil over either now or in the ring at Revolution. So you better be there for Revolution. If the story can be told in that way, right? But more specific, not just like in 1 second like that. But if it's presented in that way in a short segment tonight, I have no problem with it not being an actual contract signing. We've seen plenty of contract signings and what, who's going to put who through the table or throw the pen at the other one, or when's security going to jump between them, right? There's only so many choices. I agree.
I just meant something in the ring where it really hypes it up. But if you what you're saying happens and it's a 5-minute package, or even a 3 to 5 minute package,
right,
I'd be fine with it. What I bet you they'll do is a 30-minute promo package, and then they'll come back and Excalibur will be going like, we've now got a Chris Jericho match, blah, 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 and they won't even acknowledge it. Like that, I bet that's what's going to happen, because that's always what happens with these great promo packages. They overshadow them.
I think the coolest. So if I was writing it, this is how I would have it be. I would have Tony Storm in the makeup chair, and Excalibur, whoever it is, says this is the reason we're not seeing Tony Storm or Deonna Purrazzo on tonight's card. Tony Storm's in the makeup chair, getting ready, and they do footage from earlier, right? She's in the makeup chair getting the tattoo covered with a fake tattoo, and Purrazzo comes in and goes, no, you didn't even really get the tattoo covered. Like, you're so fake. Your character is so fake. This timeless Tony Storm thing is so fake. You thought you could get away with a fake tattoo covering the real one? This isn't who you are, and they brawl around the makeup chair backstage for a second. They both get banned from the arena tonight. See you guys in Greensboro. Boom. Easy money right there.
I'd like that.
I would love
that. I was wondering where you were going, but no, I do think that would be a fantastic way to go about it, right? So I'll take back I won't take back what I said, because the last 2 weeks have been awful when they built such a good story and then fumbled it, right? They were 3-0 up going into the 70th minute, and somehow the full-time score was 3-3. But listen, hopefully whatever they do tonight gets some momentum back for it heading into the pay-per-view, because I am hyped for that match. But something else that I am hyped about, guys, is Next Level, because we're all, I think at this point, we're all just sick of having, links everywhere, So many different links. You've got to go on all these different social media apps to find different people. It's just all complicated. You don't know whose profiles are whose. You don't know if they're fake, if they're real. It's all confusing, right? Well, Next Level have the solution for us, and that's the ability to put all our links in one place. And not only that, but there's exclusive content there too. And to see our link, you just have to go to nxconnect.me /Wrestling Republic to see all our content across all platforms linked all in one place, not a backslash like Clark said the other day.
I almost did it again yesterday and caught myself and made a joke about it. That's why I laughed so hard.
But no, I mean, honestly, guys, seriously, I recommend just going to that link, click on it. You can see all our stuff in one place, exclusive content too. It's free. It's, there's nothing to lose. But not only that, there's something very exciting, a contest coming up very soon, which is very exciting. I can't say what it is yet. My lips have been sealed, but I'm excited.
Wait, is it a secret or we can't pronounce it?
Oh, maybe neither. No, it's a secret. Unfortunately, we can't announce it just yet. But in the next coming days, I think it is, we can announce it. And guys, you guys are going to be excited about this. I promise you that it is the offer of a lifetime. Quite, it really, really is.
If you like fun, it's really fun. That's what I would say too.
Yeah, that's the spoiler. If you like fun, it's a lot of fun. Keep your eyes peeled on the daily broadcast and our Instagram, because we will be announcing what that is with Next Level very, very soon. Once again, go to nxconnect.me /Wrestling Republic to see all our content across all platforms linked in one place. But on that note, I want to talk to our good friend who's just joined the stream, Carty Carnett.
He's here.
He's stolen. He's kidnapped. He's kicked out of the room. Carter, Chris. And Carty Carnett is now here. But what I want to talk to you about, Carty, is Will Ospreay, because tonight he arrives on AEW Dynamite. He is #AllElite. But is Will Ospreay enough to turn the momentum of AEW around and get it back in a good direction once again? What do you think, Carty?
Well, Ben, let me tell you something. You don't like it when I slap the desk, but I might not be able to help myself today to discuss the business that is being ruined in front of our very eyes. All right, now Tony just got his favorite toy off of eBay, his most expensive toy, because Mr. Flippy Doo doesn't want to deal with the travel schedule of a real professional. So Mr. Tony is about to hire his favorite toy from New Japan. He's about to hire another one. And let me tell you something. I am not excited, but our good friend, Mr. Uncle Dave Meltzer, he's going to be giving away stars like it's chocolate at Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory. It doesn't matter if the match is good. It doesn't matter if the match is bad. So long as Ospreay, the Buckaroos, Okada, as long as everyone does his little flippy doos, as long as it doesn't look real, and as long as all the marks go crazy, they're going to be getting 18 stars on whatever we call it, the Wrestling Republic Junior. But let me tell you something, Ben. Tony and all the people drinking his Kool-Aid are going to think that AEW's
his Kool-Aid?
His Kool-Aid. Yeah,
that's a new one.
Tony Khan's Kool-Aid drinkers, such as Mr. Clark and Mr. Soul over here, they're going to be like, this is the greatest promotion in the world, and it's going to fold in 3 months. And I'm going to be like, I told you so. Ignacio told you so. The Buckaroos, you cannot learn the business on a trampoline, Benjamin. You cannot learn the business on a trampoline.
I tried.
Yes,
it was not good.
And let me tell you about the fact that all these little guys are in there flipping and hooping and hollering, and no one's afraid. Doesn't look real. Ben, I am ashamed to say that this is the business I come from, but people like me and Ignacio need to stay here to make sure that it gets better.
I mean, do you think Will Ospreay could actually lead to the downfall of AEW?
You know what, Ben, Will, Uncle Dave, these people they're bad for Tony. So what Tony needs to do is Tony needs a real savant of the business such as myself to tell him to get all these outlaw mud show guys and Jelly and the Buckaroos and all of their buddies from Rosita and Southern California. And you need a good Southerner like myself to come in there and to get this company running like a real business instead of a kindergarten.
Well, I mean, that is certainly an opinion. Let's see what the comments have to say. Well, I mean, to be fair, we've got New One Superfly saying that he thinks that they should do another vignette between Tony and Deonna, but it should be some type of Oscar nomination. Oh, okay. And the winners, I don't know. That might be. I don't mind it. But I feel like maybe it'd just be a bit random for now. But I love that idea for the future. I really, really do. For this feud, at least right now, I'm not sure about heading into Revolution. Just like Carty Carnett isn't sure about the future of Will Ospreay and AEW. It seemingly is. But let me ask you something, Carty. Do you want AEW to fail?
You know, Ben, I don't want to, but sometimes you see a car about to get in an accident and you just have to point it out. You just have to go, listen, you base your whole business on two boys who are used to running things out of a high school gym. You sold one stadium show with the WWE guy. Congratulations. Tony, be more careful with your father's money. These boys are used to running out of a 30-seater in the local community center in the Valley in Los Angeles.
At the senior
These
center.
aren't true professionals.
Well, the police have just gone past my window. I think they're coming for you, Carty. I think they're AEW marks and they don't like that opinion. But somebody else who I bet doesn't like that opinion is Soul, and I want to bring him in here right now because I'm actually going to do my best Carty Carnett impression right now. And I'm not actually, but I'm going to complain about something. Listen, Chris Jericho is taking on, what's his name?
Atlantis Jr.
Atlantis. Sorry, should have known that. Atlantis Jr., right?
Like the
and there is
in the
some
Bahamas? Sorry.
Like the movie from 2001 by Disney, The Lost Empire, starring Michael J. Fox. Oh my God, it was amazing. I love that movie. That's a good movie as a kid.
Well, Atlantis Jr., there is some history here, right? And I actually wouldn't have minded this, usually, if this were just announced randomly, because, there's history between the original Atlantis and Chris Jericho back in the day, years and years and years ago. So it's cool, it's a cool story. It's coming together, fun. There's two reasons why I don't like this. One, it's the week before a pay-per-view, the most random time to do it. You're meant to be getting pay-per-view sales. I don't know why this is happening now. This should happen like in between pay-per-views when, they need a bit of momentum or whatever. Secondly, they're just doing so many of the CMLL matches now. And listen, the quality of them is quite good, but the crowds for a lot of them have been quite quiet. And not only that, you go into AEW's own comment sections, and when any CMLL guys are announcing matches, people are just saying, please, Tony, please give us storylines. This is what we want. We want storylines here. We don't know who these guys are, and they're not going to be getting them ratings. And it's true. They're not getting AEW ratings. And I just think it's all getting a bit silly now. If this was a one-off, I'd have no issue with it. But we've just seen CMLL absolutely invade AEW over the last few weeks. And again, from a hardcore perspective, it's, I guess, been fun. There's been some great wrestling, but I mean, hardcore fans aren't enough to run a national television show. Like, they're not. You need more fans. Ratings are going down. Attendances are going down. Your company's going down on every metric, everyone that we know of. And they're doing the same thing. I said it before, I'll say it again. What's the definition of insanity? Doing something over and over and over again and expecting the same outcome. I hope this is the end of it. But I'm looking forward to this match specifically. But I wish it was a one-off. What's your thoughts, Sol?
I won't lie. Like, this is my most least anticipated match of the night. I didn't know. I won't try and be smarter than that. I didn't know who Atlantis Jr. was.
I don't think many people did, to be
I
fair.
did a little bit of research, on the Instagram post and everything. 30-year history with Atlantis and Jericho. Atlantis Jr.'s dad. So I get it. There is a history there. It is just, it's just a match. It's a one-off match, which that's fine with me. I understand there's been a lot of CML guys on AEW. If this is leading to maybe a Forbidden Door type or a cross-promotion show in the future, then I understand it. At the end of the day, you got to look what AEW is. It's an alternative brand. It's not at the heights of WWE. If you want to give a number, WWE is 1 million, AEW is like 50,000. That's just like a power number or something like that in my eye of view. And also AEW, I like to imagine it as like a terminal. AEW is a terminal of professional wrestling where people can come in and out from all over and make it its home or do a little shop there. People come and go in every company, but I feel like with AEW, it is a terminal. Anyone can come in that they want, do a little match or anything like that. And at the end of the day, it's an advertising for another company. Even if one person goes to their socials and checks it out, it's something from it. And it adds knowledge to people as well. You're allowed to build a database in your mind. And when these cross-promotion things happen, I won't lie. I knew there were brands like AAA and CMML. I hadn't really checked them out, honestly. I've only checked out one AAA show and I regret my purchase ever since. I feel robbed of my 50 quid.
50?
Yeah, they're no cheap, mate. They're no cheap. Goddamn fight pay-per-view prices. But I understand it. At the end of the day, will it do the best rating? Probably not. Will it do the best match rating on cagemat.net? Maybe not. But, they've got other things to build for Revolution. They've got Sting doing a segment. They've got FTR and Eddie versus the BCC, which is another build for a match. They're actually building two matches in one, get two matches in one match as well. You've got Chris and Willow that's going to be on tonight. That could maybe build for a TBS match on maybe 0 Hour just to help build that up as well. You've got other stuff happening where obviously Osprey coming in tonight as well. That's building for Takeshita. So there is build to Revolution. Does everything need to be a build?
There is build.
But... Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying like everything has to be a build for Revolution when you've got key points like that. And remember, we've got Collision. Maybe we could get a Storm and Perazzo thing on that. Maybe we could get something for the Meat Madness match. So I don't think there'll be anything on Rampage. I know, to my knowledge, they've announced more CMLL guys for that. Maybe they're just cheap to bring in. I don't know, but I hopefully would like to think it's built into a crossover show.
That would be the worst selling AEW show they've ever done by miles.
Not if they do it in Mexico City, it wouldn't.
No, I'm on my tip. Even then, I think
they would fill
pay-per-view
Estadio Azteca.
Pay-per-view wise, it would be.
Maybe,
I don't know.
If you fill Estadio Azteca, it's a different animal there.
Maybe, but I don't know. I think this will just benefit CMLL a lot more than AEW. It's harming them. People are. I mean, listen, you've got to listen to fans. Like that. That's the bottom line to you. Fans don't like it. There we are. Cool. Listen, learn, move on. Like you said, so maybe if they did last week or something, Chris Jericho has a match and then afterwards the lights go out or just a video package comes on basically. And it's the original Atlantis saying, "Hi, Chris, we fought this many years ago." They show a couple of photos, maybe a video if they have the rights to it. And then they're saying, "But now my son is here, Atlantis Jr., and he wants to fight you next week." That's not a big story. It's just a really simple thing. And now the television viewer understands it. And hey, it's a little something to look forward to on Dynamite. That's all they had to do. But anyway, on that note, let's talk about what they can do and what they can do tonight on Dynamite, because Hangman Page is coming out and he's going to announce if he's cleared or not. Going in to AEW Revolution. Will it still be a triple threat, or will it unfortunately become a one-on-one match between Swerve and Joe? I really hope it's a triple threat, because I really do think that could be a banger of a bout in the main event on Sunday. But here's the thing. I don't care if it's a triple threat. I don't care if it's a one-on-one. All I care about is that Swerve Strickland walks out with that AEW championship. I said it on Monday. I'll say it again. AEW right now, the entire perception of it online is not very good. But what's the one thing people are praising? It's Swerve Strickland. Put the belt on him. This is nothing against Joe, nothing at all. But when you're hot, you're hot. And Swerve Strickland is boiling right now. Strap the title to him and let him take AEW to the next level. Sol, what's your thoughts?
I love Swerve to death. Don't get me wrong. You know, I was there for his debut at Revolution 2022 when I had no clue who he was, and seeing him in AEW is just amazing. I wouldn't put the belt on him at Revolution. I would do it Double or Nothing to give Joe.
You might lose momentum by then.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, look at. I think he'll still have it, no doubt in my mind. He's had it from when he started the whole Hangman thing to now, so that's a couple of months, and he's still got it. It's impressive in itself. I don't think it'll be an LA Knight situation where we were confused and thinking, did he really get a pop in perf? Because it's been so long, but you know, he is still over with the States crowd, so it's fine at the moment. I would do it Double or Nothing. Let Swerve have it for the summer. All in, I would do Swerve and Ospreay. Ospreay would lose that one, then have another year of Swerve, and then the All in the next year, do Ospreay and Swerve free, then have Ospreay take the title. Kind of like similar to what we're getting with Cody and Roman. I would do that in AEW. But for my boy Hangman, my favorite wrestler, I think Hangman's playing us. I think we're being played like a game of Cluedo. I think Hangman might say, I'm not cleared. It might be a single match between Joe and Swerve at Revolution, and Hangman's going to cost Swerve it. I personally think I wouldn't like that, because I think people will kind of get a little bit annoyed with just being screwed out of it at the last minute with Hangman coming in with a lariat. Maybe Hangman's going to play coy tonight, and then Swerve will come out, laugh in his face, and then, you know, he's going to take off the brace and then just pow Swerve, making him come in as the broken man into the match. I think that's what we'll see tonight from Hangman.
Oh, a full-blown heel turn. I love that. I'm loving the feud between them. And yeah, I do like what you're saying as well about the plan with Swerve for the title, but I think he could just start a bit earlier. But I actually agree. Ospreay at All In, and then Hangman eventually wins it back. I do agree with you there. Exactly. We got Sonny Dalton and Sandy saying that he missed some of this show. Do we save the shows? Sonny Dalton and Sandy, you can watch the shows on YouTube on demand anytime. They're all on there. They're also on Spotify, and I think on demand on Twitch as well, but they're certainly on demand on YouTube. Just go to the live section on our YouTube and I'll show them all on demand. But Carter, what about you? Also, it's Carty Carnett is still joining us.
I could not. Now, y'all, you boys, you seem to forget about the great champion, Mr. Samoa Joe. Now, I truly believe we are in year one of Samoa Joe's 6-year title run.
Longer than
we just like Mr. Giant Baba with the NWA International Championship, Joe will reign for 6 years at least. He is one of the only real wrestlers in Tony's action figure closet. He's one of the only guys that makes it believable, that makes it look real. And I know Swerve's on a great run. But that being said, he had a little outlaw mud show in this run, so I don't know how great it is, truly. You know, if you need weapons to be a better wrestler, I don't know how good you are, but I think we're going to have a lovely squash match under 5 minutes where we just see Joe ruin everybody's dreams, and we all remember the Samoan powerhouse that is Mr. Joe, the greatest insurance agent in Southern California.
I mean, the best thing to come out of SoCal, to be fair, but no. Sonny Dalton and Sandy.
I'm from SoCal.
Sonny, you know, you're from Chicago.
That's a good point. Cardi is.
Sonny Dalton and Sandy's not happy with you, Cardi. He's saying that AEW's on a real low with loyal fans. You need to put the title on Swerve. I agree. I agree completely. But I mean, I also don't think I like Samoa Joe quite as much as you do, Carty, because I think he's a great talent. I'm really glad he's won the title and he's having a little run with it. But the fact of the matter is, like, the guy's going to retire in like maybe the next 18 months. Like you're saying 6 years. I don't think he's going to be wrestling in 6 years, right? Let's not forget, like, he is really, getting along, a bit now. He also almost had to retire once, but he did have to retire for a short time as well, and I just think you need to focus on the company's future. Swerve Strickland, he's fairly young and he's over. He's the hottest thing you have right now. I think it makes a lot of sense to put it on him. I really, really do. Numero one Superfly saying this might sound ridiculous, so you can laugh at my idea, but the meat match between Wardlow, Hobbs, and Lance should feature quite literally meat weapons. No,
Set it up like a butcher shop outside. That'd actually kind of be hilarious. I will at least laugh at the suggestion. It's funny. It's funny. I gotta give him credit.
I usually agree with you, numero one. Not on that one.
I don't totally agree, but the idea is funny.
It's just the Fiend in the Hell in the Cell match again when he gets out the hammer.
One of them just grabs the brisket and slugs the other one.
What they need to do with that match is they need to add a couple of more people into it and really make it Meat Madness, not just a triple threat match. I mean, come on. Meat Madness implies
so 5, 6 more meat, Ben.
Yes, more meat. Listen, if somebody invites you over, right, they say, I'm doing a barbecue, it's going to be Meat Madness, you'd expect more than 3 burgers, wouldn't you?
Honestly, I'll tell you what I would expect is if this was in the WWE, it would be brought to you by Arby's because they've got the meats. That's all I'm saying.
At least it would earn money that way.
Well, I'm saying AEW should have done. It's a stone unturned.
It is.
I'm pro Arby's. Any fast food place that's got both curly fries and crinkle cuts, I'm a fan of.
But are you a fan of? Well, are you a fan of Swerve taking the title? And do you think Hangman will or will not be in the match this Sunday?
All the way I was going Swerve, Swerve, Swerve. It's Swerve's time. Swerve pins Hangman. I kind of like Soul's suggestion just to put it off a little bit longer.
Swerved.
And here's why. Oh, did I like that one? Well played. But so but I feel like here's the thing. The main event this weekend is gonna be Sting. And Swerve should have his moment in a huge spot in a main event. If this is at the beginning of the show or the middle of the show, it makes sense for Hangman to interfere, get in there, extend the rivalry, really, really make it about all of them. And I liked what Soul suggested. I'm not cleared, I can't do it. Oh, but then he stops Swerve, maybe to open the show, because I think that would be electric. Get the crowd hot, and then you kind of work from there to get to Sting. Because I don't want Sting to have to follow this triple threat, if it is a triple threat, as it's been booked, right? For his final match. I don't think that's fair to Sting. It's a hard thing to follow. I mean, we've mentioned how many times in the last month that Swerve is the most over star currently going in AEW by a lot.
Yeah.
So
no doubt.
I just personally think it's a big reach to have Sting in his final match have to follow Swerve. That's a big ask.
That's true. But I'll play devil's advocate for a second.
Go right ahead.
After Sting, retires, the crowd's going to be a bit sad and all that.
Right.
If before that you have Swerve winning the title, or at least they're happy going into Sting's final match, then they'll come out saying, Sting's retired. But at least Swerve's champion.
See, I have a feeling that in a weird way, that actually Sting is not going to go out on his back, even though I've been saying that the whole time, even though that's what everyone kind of does, unless you're named The Undertaker.
He's going to keep the titles.
I think then to lean even further into the heel EVPs, what do? Well, now that Sting's retired, those are ours. And they just take them.
That's rubbish.
And they ruin the ranking system by doing that because they're like, no, we're the EVPs, they're our belts. And I mean, who's a bigger heel than that? They don't do it on that night's show because that night's show ends with confetti and the crowd going crazy for Darby and Sting after an absolute war. Sting comes back, announces his retirement. Darby and him have the belts. The Bucks go, those belts are ours now. Sting is still retired. There's nothing he can do. Maybe Darby suggests a fill-in. Tony Khan tries to step in, but the Bucks somehow talk him into just letting him have it. Then Darby chases him with a different partner, or somebody else chases him with a different partner. FTR tries to restore honor in the tag division at AEW. Something like that. I have no issue with that. We asked for storytelling. That's some storytelling right there.
That's some Vince Russo-esque storytelling. In fact, I don't even think Vince
I wouldn't
Russo
say that. Triple H just put the title on Seth Rollins, just handed it to him. What was that? A year ago? Not that long ago, right? Pretty much. Pretty much.
They did an entire tournament. What are you on about?
They did an entire tournament when he unveiled it and just, what
are you on about?
He wrestles Finn Balor for the World Heavyweight title. I don't know.
He doesn't.
And okay, so here you go. Bischoff did the same thing with the World Heavyweight title
in the final. And it was a long tournament. Well, not long tournament. It was a big tournament.
How many matches?
I mean, lads, I think
had to have quite a few.
Lads. I think the most important thing here is now that I've been realizing I might cry it in Greensboro with Sting retiring. I'm gonna be really sad.
It's gonna be sad. But I mean, I actually think that's how you avoid that. You have a huge moment there, and then the Bucks can be the ultimate heels next week.
Oh, I'm gonna need some tissues, man. This is gonna be emotional. I might not come back to the Daily. I might just stay in Greensboro.
I would love that.
You just stay there when you're Sting for
It's
the
a
rest
shorter
of your
flight.
life.
It's a shorter flight to visit Seoul.
Yeah, true. It's no 12 hours back.
Clark just comes and visits you on the street corner every few months and gives you the latest bit of Sting merch, and then you get some new clothes, and then you carry on sitting there on the corner of the street. I mean, listen, I'm not even gonna. I love this EVP gimmick. I understand what you're saying, Clark, but I think that it would tarnish the memory of Sting's final match if then on the Dynamite.
But he's gone by then.
He's gone but not forgotten.
It's not that they're messing up Sting. It's, if anything, they're denigrating the titles, and then FTR can come back and restore the glory of the titles.
I don't like it. Hello, Bobby. How are you today? I hope you're having a great day. The comments really don't. Somebody's saying D-Man03 saying the Sting match needs to open the show so the rest of the show can help get fans out of their sad feelings. I disagree. I do think it has to close. It's going to be sad, but I think that's the point. Like, I think,
See when I'm there, I'm stocking up on all the stuff so I don't have to leave anything. I'm buying all the merch to get in the arena. I'm buying all the food and drink. I ain't moving out of that J whatever seat that was $25. I ain't moving.
I'm not. Oh, I can't say that word on that. But anyway, guys, I almost went full Wolf of Wall Street then. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching the show. Carty Carnet's exhausted with the amount of AEW talk that he's had to listen to this show. But in all seriousness, I'm excited. It's an exciting time in professional wrestling right now. So make sure you tune into our show every day, usually 8 p.m. UK, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. On Thursdays, it's always later, 11 p.m. UK, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Rest of the week, though, it's 8, 3, 12.
Noon in Hawaii.
And noon in Hawaii. But, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Clark. Thank you to Carty. Thank you to Carter as well. And thank you to Soul for joining me here today. Please 5 stars on Spotify. Like, subscribe wherever you're listening to your podcast. Thank you guys so much. And we will see you tomorrow. Peace.